Looks like camera is go. This is another installment of Who Asked Deviant Dave. And that's me because, no one asked me, but I'm just a guy that knows how to use technology, see some crazy stuff on the internet, and some of my questions are a little bit more intense for what my friends can handle. So maybe somebody in the comments section can help me out by answering some of uh, these loopholes, the seemingly nonsense, the stuff that could have been avoided, the stuff that says OMG to me. Because, man, this thing called reality, I don't know about you, but man, I'm having a hard time with it, just trying to figure it out. Somebody out there can feel me, let me know. Because I do not get it. Still trying to get the whole quality down. So, again, I apologize if things on here are not up to speed like it's supposed to. Trying to get there, but I told myself, while I'm trying to figure it out, I'm still gonna try to pump episodes. So who cares at the moment? Okay, it's called improvement, progression, growth. We'll get there. Trying to build a database. You know what I mean? So let's get started because I got a handful topics where I'm just like, OMG, what did I just read? Please tell me why this happens. Kind of stuff. All right. So we let me find my little representation. Okay. So we're gonna start with prisons. Not just any prisons, but the lovely female prisons. Shout out to those people that got work there at those female prisons because I hear that they are worse than the guy prisons. And man, hats off to you because I couldn't do a job like that. I'm too small. Ladies push me around, use me as whatever they want. Anywho, let me pull up what I need right now. So there is a story, and please, 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 I ain't taking no shots at this industry. I'm small time. Okay? I don't want no beef. Here I go into the fire pretty easily. Alright. So this article says transgender woman who impregnated 2 women in prison now fears for her life. Okay. Now, in the caption, it says Demi Minor is a transgender woman incarcerated in the New Jersey prison system because of an incident between her and inmates at the all-female Edna Mahan correctional facility, which resulted in 2 pregnancies. Who'd have guessed? She is at the all-male Garden State Youth Correctional Facility. She says, I am approved for surgery, which has made my time in a male facility dangerous. So I have been on suicide watch numerous times, losing weight, and truthfully, my mental health is a complete wreck. I mean, being in prison isn't really a cakewalk. I don't know. Okay, I'm not a gangster. I'm a nice dude, ticklish. I can't. It's not my life. Can't do it. Just look at me. Think people are gonna be intimidated by me? Please. I know my limitations. So, from what I hear, been told from people that's been in there, a few animations, a few documentaries and stuff, gave me quite an idea that prison is not a cakewalk. Not all that awesome. Anyway, an incarcerated transgender woman who has moved to an all-male prison after she impregnated 2 others held in an all-female prison says she is terrified and now fears sexual assault and abuse. Okay, go ahead. Tammy Minor has also spent nearly 3 months in solitary. That blows, which means she's been alone and confined to a cell for 22 hours a day. That will drive a person crazy. Now, like I said, let's let's address the elephant in the room. You put, and it doesn't matter what this human being identifies as, you put a living body attached to a penis and testicles in a all female prison. Let that sink in for a second. I think we're at a point in time where we're just not separating uh reality from ideas. And with that, I mean is like, okay, yes, this individual person identifies as a woman, but this human that identifies as a woman is still attached to a fully functioning dick and balls, and you just threw that in an all female prison, which probably 90% are all in heat. Okay? Seriously? Does that make sense? You guys think that because this person identifies as a woman, that maybe they just weren't going to find any other woman attractive? Who thought this was going to go through correctly? Come on. I can't be the only one that's thinking this right now. Hey, that's fine. You want to identify this person as that? You should have made sure that the plumbing was actually out of order before you put them in there. Now, I'm not trying to go too ham, okay? Not trying to victim blame people or anything like that because it could have went another direction, okay? Now, use me for example, okay? I'm a skinny man, all right? I'm not very intimidating. I don't have the physical adapt to, you know, forcibly get what I want, okay? I got to use my brain. I'm just not imposing in that way. That said and done, throughout my lifetime, I've definitely met many lovely ladies that are more physically imposing than I am, okay? It's just, men like me that's built frail and not that very strong. And then you got women out there that can make me look like shit. I'm just saying. Then you got many of those type of women, that go toe to toe with dudes, probably done some MMA, you know, beat their husbands to shit or whatever for whatever reason they're being incarcerated. And then you got them all in this cell. And what do they hear? Mary tells Marcia, like, hey, we getting a new roommate. Guess what it is? She's like, what? She goes, it's a transgender woman. They're like, what? And she goes, guess what? The dick and balls is still intact. They're like, girl, She's like, yeah, girl, we gonna get some today. All right. So this innocent transgender person comes in through those doors, right? Not knowing, innocent, not even trying to go there with it. Then you got these females just like, I know what you got and I know what you identify with. But it's been like 5+ years since the last time I've been dug out. So you gonna give me those goods. And boom. Against their will. But I'm pretty sure in this article it said that it was consensual, so I don't really get it. This whole sexuality status thing is just I'm not trying to say anything to offend anybody because man, that's hard for me, but I don't get it. Again, this is why I'm doing this, because maybe my answer to these questions could be answered if people could just be reasonable, just listen to everything I gotta say before they pop off with their emotions and their feelings after one thing without hearing the whole entire argument. I have dysfunctionality, but come on, man, I'm trying to be civilized. People don't get me, it's whatever. Back to what I'm saying. So, the National Center for Transgender Equality came to a similar conclusion. Its survey in 2016 found that 1/5 of transgender women confined in men's facilities reported suffering physical abuse while in prison, and 20% reported sexual violence. Yeah, because it's prison. That kind of is a thing in prison. Also, if you don't want to go to prison and you're in an era where identities and plumbing is kind of hard to match things up as far as our incarcerated system, probably shouldn't commit crimes that's going to put you in these settings where before this whole identity rush, men were already preying upon other men in facilities such as this long before all this. Okay, think that's gonna change? You're probably gonna give those guys wet dreams in there. God help them. Anyway, um, in prison, transgender women are housed in general population where they are targets for abuse by the prisoners or kept in solitary confinement for their own protection, place that becomes targets of abuse by staff. Yeah, because everybody's a damn predator in the prison system. Um, but all in all, I mean, still a person that identifies himself as this, it's hard to put him in all male cells. I guess. Look, I'll play the other side for a sec. Okay, maybe they really did try to look for the person's personal interest. Thought maybe putting them in a female place would uh keep them safe, but I mean, it didn't. In fact, it was just used as a tool to be dug out, whether he enjoyed it or not. Um, I don't understand why. I mean, I'm sure they have what's it called? Like branch off blocks for people that are guess in a lack of a term would be easily preyed upon, you know? But on the other end, I mean, just like I think with a lot of other things, why don't they just make a transgender prison? But I don't really see the funding in that. So good luck with that. And I'm sorry if I offended anybody, even though I'm pretty sure I didn't, but probably did. But I just thought that was going to be an interesting topic because it's like, do people think before they put people in these situations? Like, was it a trial run? I don't know. But to think that women ain't gonna take an opportunity to get off, like, come on, people, let's be realistic. And then they, I'm surprised that's all. That he only got like 2 women pregnant. I guess if he was a guy that really did enjoy it, I think the numbers would be a lot more higher than that. That's just my opinion. Just saying. Any guy in a situation like that, fully traditional straight, man, I would have been like going through the Garden of Eden or something, man. Then again, I don't know because prison's prison. You don't know what kind of characters you're gonna get in there. Well, I'm gonna stop this rant. We're gonna move on. Talk about something that I absolutely hate. Oh man, spiders. But luckily, it is not something very disgusting because I try to shy away from that unless it's just really wild. But anywho, if I could bring it up, come on, technology, to help a brother out. All right, so it says, and let me bring this up. I'm bringing it up because obviously I want to show the source. So, I mean, you're going to talk about crazy stuff, you got to have your research and everything backed up, right? Anywho, man trying to kill spider arrested after starting 60-acre wildfire. Police. Yes, you heard me right. 60-acre wildfire. In Utah? Man, I know those people were pissed off. The Utah County Sheriff's Office arrested a man on Monday who purportedly started a massive wildfire while attempting to kill a spider. I can kind of see probable cause for this because man, sometimes arachnids got to be killed. especially when you out in the country. In a public tweet, UCSO said the man told officers he tried to burn the spider with a lighter. He now faces a reckless burning charge, which carries a penalty of up to 1 year in prison and a fine up to $2,500. That's it? For 60 acres? It's insane. But whatever. According to NBC affiliate station KSL, Springville Fire Department received reports of a fire north of town on the mountainside at around 5 p.m. on Monday. Utah County Sheriff's Sergeant Spencer Cannon told the station that the suspect, whose name has not been released, was found walking his dog at the scene where fire crews arrived. Let's continue. As fire crews responded, they got to the area where it appeared that the fire had started, and there was a man there with his dog, Cannon said. He told him that he was there and that he was the one who started it and that he had been okay. He told them that he was there and that he was the one who started it and that he had been using a lighter to burn a spider. We don't know why he was doing that. Okay. Okay, that oh, okay, the fire was at approximately 40 acres and growing. When fire crews first arrived at the scene, KSL said, by Tuesday morning, the fire had grown to roughly 60 acres, said Utah Fire Info. Damn. Oh, man. The Springville fire is 10% contained. Utah Fire Info tweeted Tuesday. Firefighters expect the containment to drastically increase by end of shift. 2 crews, one engine, one squad will be on the scene. Dog, so you're telling me that this man started a fire, walked his dog, was watching it, was like, oh shit. This is a little bit too big to contain. I didn't think it was gonna be like this. Hung out until everybody arrived just to give him that statement. Bro. 60 acres. Trying to light a spider on fire. Look, I just used the classic chancla to smash a spider hanging under my little dining table not too long ago. I mean, I got plenty of lighters. Never did I thought that you know what? I'm not really much of a torture kind of pain person, more of like a get it over quick type. You know, burn a spider thinking that it's just going to sit still. Be like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to die from this fire real quick, not to ruin your day. Look, I bet that thing was squirming around. He's trying to light it, lit some on fire. My thing is that the fire grew to the point where it was. I just want to know the details of it. Was he lighting it on the grass? Was it indoors? Did he try to stop it? Did he just watch and say, "Hey, man, let's see how far this goes and let it burn"? I'm still mad at the 60 acres in Utah, $2,500. That's it. Makes no sense to me. But again, spiders sometimes need to die. I'm for it. I just thought that was crazy. And that's your excuse. Something tells me that he was just, some people just like watching fire and it burn stuff and it just gets out of hand. I had a buddy when I was young that, we were lighting this little campfire thing and he had a gasoline full of gas or a gasoline tank full of gas. And, he would take it and he would just kind of pour it, let the fire ignite, and then throw it up in the air real quick. And we'll just see like flames just shoot out vertically. And it was kind of cool. So I can understand when you're playing with fire and you find it fascinating, it can turn devastatingly wrong. I don't know. I'm kind of in between this. I understand, but I'm just like, why? But then I get it. Fire is cool. Spiders are not. Sometimes you just gotta, make the best out of the situation, right? Wrong, Deviant. Oh man. Yeah, buddy. Hate spiders. Care who dislikes that comment. Arachnids are not my thing. Scorpions freak me out too. I saw those things once. Making a visit, I was like, my God. Spiders armed and dangerous. Ugh. Ugh. Carrying on. Let's do one more and then I'll do like a small commercial break. Let's get into it. I hate to say it, but it has to do with something else that I personally don't like. And yes, I probably lost a lot of females from admitting that I dislike this particular item. And it has to do with pickles. Yes, I am not a pickle fan. Don't like the texture, don't like the taste, the aftertaste, don't like how it makes me feel. I eat anything, but that is one thing I don't. And I'm sorry. Pickles is not my thing. But anyway, I thought this was a very wild story. Very wild. Let's try a little something different. Hold on. There you go. Put my face right there. Anyway, let's read this. An artist threw the pickle from a McDonald's burger on a ceiling and is charging $6,325 for it. Let me repeat that. An artist threw the pickle from a McDonald's burger on a ceiling and is charging $6,325 for it. And I'm still broke. People can get off with this, but I can get a couple extra donation dollars. Come on, man. It's called pickle, but we wished it was called Slappy Meal. Whoever thought that shit. Anyway, that's why I love reading these articles sometimes. But Deviant, can you do better? Of course, I have a whole platform for it, but we're not going to get into that. Let me read this. Is it art or is it trolling? The answer is up to the viewer in the case of one recently exhibited work of art. On July 7th, Australian artist Matthew Griffin debuted a work he titled Pickle. How? Amazing. A single slice of pickle he plucked from a McDonald's cheeseburger and subsequently chucked at the pristine white ceiling of a gallery space. And no, it allegedly never fell from that spot. Before you ask, quite an arm, Picasso. Look at it. Just a nice splatted pickle on the ceiling of a nice little chapel wannabe restaurant building. How original. I think they made a movie of something like this. Anywho, the work, which was recently shown at Michael Lett's, a New Zealand gallery that hosted the former Cucumber at its show called Hosting Fine Arts Sydney. Griffin is an artist known for starting conversations on the perceived pretentiousness of the art world, using comedy as a starting point to discuss serious issues like health and dental care for freelance artists in Australia, for example. According to the gallery, the most recent work is intentionally designed to question what art has value and what doesn't. Well, you have proved that, sir, because this is quite the cash grab. And if I could just understand the minds that invest in the things like this, man, I would be driving my own BMW right now. Yes, I'm jealous. Because why can't I think of a good scam or a good cash grab like this once in a while? This dude flicks a pickle on the ceiling in New Zealand and he gets 6 G's? Man. Some people can't even get that night at a freaking strip club, dude. Blows my mind. All I gotta say to this is that, no offense, but white people, man. how do you is this the video for? No. I'm just jealous. I wish I can reach the minds of people like this and just make $6,000 just like this off of just doing random stuff like that. And I'm very positive that he is not the first person that's ever done that. Maybe in New Zealand, but I'm very positive in the last, I don't know how long McDonald's has been around, like 50 plus years, that not only have people done that, I'm very positive that they made movies, scenes that reflected off of stuff like this, and they're still making money off of doing stuff like this. Where am I at? How do I get this come up? How do people like just sucker people for money like this? I wish I had that kind of magic. Then I got a nerve to say that's comedic art. Brilliance. I ain't gonna lie, this person is a genius. Jealous. Very, very jealous right now. Whoever's got a good scam for that, man, holler at your boy. But I hate pickles. Ugh. Pickles is not my thing, man. Any girl that I date, I eat pickles, I put that to the side. There you go, baby. Because that is not for me. Anywho, I'm going to put you guys on a nice little commercial break, and then we're going to finish with the last two that are kind of interesting. Yeah. So chill, and I'll be right back. It was a nice trip. But we're past that. Anywho, what's up, people? Back again. I got two more topics for you. Then we'll end this smooth as possible. So, what do you have next for us, Deviant? Well, viewer, let's talk about this bad boy. And yes, you are looking at that correctly. Let me drag that a little bigger for you. Oh, yeah. What does that say? That says white privilege card. And it was new to me. Who'd have guessed that they actually have a white privilege card out there? Let me read you a very, very interesting article on this. I was just, well, I'm not shocked, but I mean, look at me. You see this here? You think I'm going to know anything about that? Yeah, but I know a few people that probably know about this. I hope they watch this and maybe I inspire them to get on board. But let me quit my ranting for a sec. So, there's a very interesting article in reflection to this. It has to do with someone getting pulled over, which makes it even better. People. So, says a woman, this is NBCnews.com, by the way, says a woman flashed a white privilege card after being pulled over. Now, officers are in trouble for letting her go. Whoa, really? They must have got that on body cam. The woman wrote on Facebook that she was pulled over in Anchorage, Alaska. I don't know what goes on out there, for weaving at 3:43 a.m. and showed her white privilege card when she couldn't find her license. Two Anchorage police officers violated department policy during a traffic stop last month when a woman in town for a rally by former President Donald Trump showed them a white privilege card instead of a driver's license and was not ticketed. Gasp! The Anchorage Daily News reported. However, it's not clear what policy was violated or what, if any, disciplinary actions the officers face, because the department is treating it as a confidential personal matter. According to Anchorage Police Department, Director of Community Relations, Sonny, guy named Sonny that lives in Alaska, Guerin. Hope I pronounced that right. Officers Nicholas Bowe and Charles Warland with the Impaired Driving Enforcement Unit conducted a traffic stop on July 7th for a car weaving in the lane. Warren said she didn't identify the driver, who she said showed a white privilege card during the stop. Whoa, go back. Sorry, my keyboard that I'm using is new. Hold on. Okay. Bowen and Warland did not immediately respond to a message seeking comment Friday. Days after the traffic stop, Mimi Israeli said in a Facebook post that she was pulled over for weaving at 3:43 a.m. while driving to a pizzeria in Anchorage after arriving on an early morning flight from California for Trump's rally. Okay. She couldn't find her driver's license. She wrote in a now deleted post. When I saw my white privilege card, I gave it to him. I gave it to him. See, man, this is a new keyboard. When I saw my white privilege card, I gave to him if it's okay. First off, let me reread that. When I saw my white privilege card, I gave to him if it's okay. Again, look at me. I am not hip to the white privilege movement, nor am I anointed in that matter. No matter how light skinned I am. Has this been going on for a while or something? Is this just like a secret hidden gimmick that has just now been shed light to a world where there's actually a card, like a get out of jail free card or something like that, that's been going around? I know that, how can I put it? I know that white privilege exists. I didn't know that there was like a certificate or a license to certify that your white privilege is solidified. That's where I'm getting at. But apparently there is. So I guess my point is that not only has it been existing for a while, but that's something that, some white people in the back of their brain think that, hey, um, I've been in this economic game for a while. I kind of messed up and I don't have my thing. So let me pull out my get out of jail free card. I thought that was just more of a spiritual thing, but I guess you need credentials for that. All right. Back to what I was reading. When I saw my white privilege card, I gave to him if it's okay. It's funny reading that because it's just like, that's just something you carry in your wallet. More power to you. He laughed and called his partner. It's their first time to see a white privilege card. Huh, she said. The top of the novelty card reads, white privilege card trumps everything. Officers observed no signs of impairment, Guerin said. No citations were issued. Guerin added that officers was able to check if a person has a valid license with the help of a computer check, which Bowe and Warland did, she said. The video of the encounter, see, I knew it. It had to be a body cam that got them. A video of the encounter, apparently taken by Israel, has been posted on Twitter. Two officers were standing outside her car window. She asked one, "You like my white privilege card?" One officer says, "That's hilarious." So from what I get from this is that cops had probable cause to pull someone over, weaving into traffic, okay? 3-some in the morning. Lady maybe, I'm not saying allegedly, but it doesn't really say in there, but maybe had a few drinks or whatever. Tired, who knows? Anyway, gets pulled over. So comfortable with society and the standards of everything that's going on, doesn't even have her license while operating a vehicle. That's a big no-no when it comes to, being pulled over. But from what I gander, she got pulled over, realized that she didn't have a license, like, instead of maybe panicking or at least having some kind of concerned reaction, flaunt her spiritual energy of whiteness, and then realize, like, hey, I got to get out of jail free card. I'm coming from a Trump rally. And again, I'm not going to make fun of any Trump supporters on here. You can invest how you feel to any politician however you want. Because me and politics don't really mix together really well anyway. That's why I don't really dive into it unless it's just some kind of wild, outlandish article. Point being is that I've seen stupidity with politics from either angle of politics. But hey, whatever floats your boat. But anyway, she chuckled at herself. I don't have my license, but because I am what I am and I do what I do, and the people that I know, I'm going to show them a little something. Pull that bad boy out, got them under that hypnosis. Possibly fellow white people that looked at that, got a good chuckle with it, connected on that spiritual whiteness. Whatever magic spell she did on them completely erased their protocol from their brains because they apparently just let this person go. Whether if that person, in their own opinion, felt that the person was not impaired in any kind of way, I've been pulled over a lot. In fact, I got pulled over 2 weeks ago around the same time, but I wasn't going to have fun. I actually was going to a 24-hour gym to get my skinny ass up. And I got pulled over, and the dude was trying to find all kinds of ways to see if I was impaired. Definitely checked my background. Even found all old speeding tickets I had forgotten about. Anyway, point being is that they didn't look him up. They didn't do a reflection, background. Lady could have been a serial killer that didn't let go away, but they didn't do any background check. Laughed at it, got a good chuckle, and went on about their day. Am I surprised by this story? No. But I like to highlight the simple fact that there is a white privilege card and people are banking off of that too. Man, America can cash in on so much stuff, dog. That is genius, but effed up at the same time. Profiting off of a white privilege card, stamping Trump on top of that. That couldn't be any more fabricated. It's just like, does the dude really trying to bank off of the needs and ideas off of ignorant white economics, or is he trolling it, or is it a little bit of both? I don't know, but it's still a genius move. I'm sure that all the white privileged people that are maybe watching this might want to get on board with that joke. I can think of a few people that I know that'll probably do that. Not saying names because that's not the way I go. I don't do that. Get it how you live. Shoot, if I had some kind of privilege like that, you think I'm gonna be trying to throw that away that easily, especially in the economical position that I am in? Heck no. Get it how you live. But it's just, my thing is that it again highlights a very unequal society of how we just kind of just let things go, disregarding protocol just for a few laughs. What can we learn from this experience? Well, people ain't shit. That's all I gotta say. I'm just baffled they really got a card for it. That's genius. Genius. Bank off of sayings like this. Why not make money off of white privilege with your white privilege, right? Basic American economics. That card is killing me right now. Look like a real credit card. I think I saw a version that was like a Social Security. They should make one with like car insurance. You know, they should do it for like anything. Car insurance, credit cards, state licenses. Why not? Profits off of that. Bunch of pieces of shit. Oh man. What a way to get people to go against each other. Devil's work right there. Anyway, I ain't gonna keep ranting on that one. Let you decide on that one. White privilege cards. Finally, one more topic, and then we are going to end this one, my fellow viewers. This one's got to do with sports. And this one is a very interesting one. Now, before I start this one, I'm not trying to bash a certain community. Again, people have a hard time separating what I'm trying to say with the message I'm trying to get across. And by that, I mean, I say something that triggers somebody and they already want to take it downhill with it without actually seeing the whole argument, the whole story, so forth. So this one, I'm not trying to target transgender people. And I'm going to keep emphasizing I'm just a guy that got questions and don't understand things. I'm not targeting people. I just want your love. But I thought this one was interesting. Hold on. Definitely not the article I was looking for. Hold on. Thank you. I was like, what article is this one? Sorry about that. After their daughters were beat by a girl in sports, Utah parents triggered investigation into whether she was transgender. Can't make that up. Thought that was kind of wild. Schools opened girls' enrollment records dating back to kindergarten to confirm she was female. Utah High School Activity Association representative tells legislators. High school athletes hoist a UHSAA trophy in 2020. Oh, wait, I'm not reading the caption. I'm sorry about that. After one competitor outclassed the rest of the field in a girls' state level competition last year, the parents of the competitors who placed second and third lodged a complaint with the Utah High School Activities Association, calling into question the winner's gender. You heard me right. David, why are these last names so hard today? David Spatafor, I think I got it. The UHSAA's legislative representative addressing the Utah Legislators Education Interim Committee. Wow, that's long. On Wednesday, said the association, without informing the student or family members about the inquiry, asked the student's school to investigate. So they didn't even tell the parents that they're looking into their background. Cool. Okay, come on, go back. The school examined the student's enrollment records. The school went back to kindergarten and she'd always been female, he said. To protect the student's identity, Spatafor said he would not reveal the sport, the classification of play, nor the school the student attended. Well, that's nice of you to at least protect their identity. He told community members about the events in response to their questions of whether the UHSAA, which sanctions and oversees high school activities, receives such complaints and how they are handled. Spatafor said the association has received other complaints. Some that said that female athlete doesn't look feminine. Wait, what? Spatafor said that the association has received other complaints. Some that said that female athlete doesn't look feminine enough. That is kind of messed up, actually. The more I read this. The association took every one of those complaints seriously. We followed up on all of those complaints with the school and the school system. He said during an update on HB 11, a ban on transgender girls from participating in female school sports, which was passed during the final hours of 2022 general sessions. We didn't get to the parents or the students simply because if all the questions about eligibility were answered by the school or the feeder system schools, there was no reason to make it a personal situation with the family or the athlete. I could kind of see what they're saying. Maybe if there was some dirt on the records a little bit, but I mean, if it's like, okay, she's a girl, we look back, she is a girl, go along with your day, I could kind of see that. But it depends on protocol, which I don't know. The legislation sponsored by Rep. Kara Birkeland R. Morgan bans transgender girls from competing in girls' sports. In the event of a lawsuit, however, the bill defaults to a commission that would evaluate transgender students' eligibility to play. Okay. Oh, yeah. That's another thing I want to talk about. In late May, ACLU of Utah and other advocacy groups filed a lawsuit on behalf of two transgender girls who attend public schools challenging the Utah law. Allegedly, it is a discriminatory and unconstitutional. Okay. So what I take from this is that a female athlete at a high school outshine and beat the shit out of the rest of the girls so bad that the losers felt to challenge her gender identity. Man, that girl must have been beastly in order for those losers of those families to have to challenge the gender identity of the female. Which is kind of funny, actually, but kind of messed up at the same time because it's just like, okay, you can't accept defeats. But my thing is, again, like I was saying before, man, like, look at me. I mean, I'm not the most strong, kind of guy. There's some females out there that are pretty beastly, pretty strong. You look at them, their anatomy, their physicality, you're just like, I don't know. Nowadays, where makeup is like magic, and I mean, shoot, I've been swiping on Tinder, and half the time I can't even tell what some of these gender differences are either. I mean, sometimes you might raise an eyebrow. I'm not saying that these parents are in the right for challenging this girl's gender identity, but come on, man, it's 2022. Like, let's look on both sides of this, okay? All right, I feel bad for the little girl for the fact that they had to dig into it because if she worked for it to get to the top, that that hurts personally. Okay, somebody really thought that if you tell a woman that you thought that she's a guy and we gotta look into it. I mean, come on, man. You don't think that's gonna hurt a little girl's feelings and stuff? On the flip side, it's just like, man, y'all gotta be so petty that you had to do an investigation. Which, okay, in their defense, if I read that right, this area has already had situations where they had transgender try to enter their female sports like this before. They've had history with stuff like this before. So maybe they had probable cause. It's so wild that I just can imagine, man. Hey, not to make you feel bad or anything like that, but you're not a boy, are you? That's terrible. But I mean, hey, haters are gonna hate. Um, I can't even say if this was coming out of, I can't really comment if this was a just cause or not. Again, I mean, sometimes you look at people and you can't tell what pronoun to use. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just speaking from a guy that's very oblivious. And sometimes I look at, I'm just like, but I'm trying to learn where because guys got wider shoulder. Okay, I'm not going too far into it. But anyway, the point being is that, some people mess up. Is this right? No. Do I know if this was the right thing to do? I can't really say. It is messed up on both ends. The thing is that I want to add is that one reason why I put this on here is because shoot, in the near future, you're gonna have more transgender kids. And what's gonna happen then? You know? Because we're already dealing with like, the whole swimming incident, and I already feel like they're trying to destroy female sports as it is. Look, I get it. Not too many people are in tune with female sports. Why don't they find a way to spruce it up or to get investors in it? And two, why does it have to be a person with a male physical anatomy that transformed them to have the female parts be the tipping point to make these athletics more adventurous? It's like they separated these factions for a reason. And I don't think crushing female self-esteem in every aspect, including, which was not very looked upon, sports, is the answer for it. Like, come on, man. Let females outshine their own gender. Okay, let dudes outshine their own gender. If it comes to a point where it kind of crosses, I think they just need to open their own transgender lines. And then here's my thing with it: why don't they make their own like federation or whatever it is? And then if men and women want to compete in that faction, they should make it feel free to do that because it's already crossed back and forth. But if there's like strictly ones, and I get it, man, because people are trying to tell me that I have a problem with this all the time, is that like everybody wants to be included, and there's just some things that can't really be included. And if you include these things, they're not going to have the results that are positive. And by positive, I mean is that everybody wants to be included and not feel crushed and left out. But when you put other people with advantages over others in a situation like this one, I know people aren't going to agree with this, but again, men have higher bone density, muscle capacity, all that kind of stuff. You put people with that kind of physicality in their sports, I mean, come on, what are they going to think? Like, let's just get real. Let's get with reality. But that's just what I think. I think maybe transgender just need their own bracket, build that up. If they can include men and female as far as being open with just being man and just being female into their bracket, then that makes them the better people to do that. But I don't think that, yeah. And I just work your way up to it because who knows? I mean, the way society is going, it's going to all be included anyway. But work its way up and at least do it in a way that doesn't crush them, because we in society, especially when it comes to inclusion and that kind of topic and things like that, is that we try to appease one side so much that we forget how it affects the other. And I think that's still a big problem today, because even though we're including more things, there's still people feeling left out. And we gotta figure out. I don't think we've really figured out a better solution. I think the way that we're trying to include people isn't really the answer. It's more on. I'm not trying to say invasiveness, but it's just there are better ways to do it. I don't think we're doing it in a manner that's very respectful from what's been already done for as long as it has. I think we just need to not do it in a way that it's just going to piss people off. But I mean, really, this doesn't have much to do with actual transgender being in sports. It's the fact that they're basically just trying to get her off the podium because they lost. There's a bunch of losers. But I just wanted to put that in there, just something to think about, because in the near future, you're going to have more transgender kids. And I'm not going to get onto that. But when it comes to kids, man, just let them be who they are. But it's whatever. And I'm going to give a nice little video break. And then I'm going to do my closing. FussAid, an innovative multimedia service designed not only for entertainment, but a service to bring your social experience to life. Our motto, constantly challenging perspectives, stems from making content that goes against the norm. From far-out topics to cringing point of views, the experience from FussAid has proven to be presumptuous. Here you will find blog articles reflecting different lifestyles, diverse video content, memes and advanced imagery, and much more. As for our customer service, you can reach us through our platform or on social media. Schedule an appointment with FussAid to discuss which form of multimedia production we can assist you with, whether it's content to build your own brand or channel, or possibly a business collaboration. State who you are, where you're from, your business, and how we can help in a message. A FussAid member will get in touch. Ready for a new topic? Stop by and check out FussAid. Be sure to follow us on social media, as well as subscribe for latest updates. FussAid, a space with no media limits. Brian, so we are back. Hope you guys enjoy what I've been trying to do. Again, it's just a process of just trying to improve. Let me know in the section how I can do better. Feel free to express yourself. I don't really care. If you think you're gonna hurt my feelings, I've had a long lifetime of disappointment and feelings being hurt. So good luck trying to do that, okay? But yeah, just want to thank anybody that tunes in, anybody that supports. Appreciate everybody. Again, check out all the channels, follow us on social media. You can message me and tell me what topics you want me to cover. I'm trying not to be such a bad influence. I mean, I don't really think I am, and I keep bringing this up because, again, I think people kind of misunderstand what I'm going for. I just want you guys to question these things, because the thing is, it's getting to a point where it's pretty obvious what's being presented in front of us. We know in our hearts, in our gut, what's right and wrong. Our instincts tell us that. And it's kind of getting to a point where I think that we are seeing a lot of weird things, wrong, twisted things, very self-destructive things in this world, and we're looking at it like it's okay, or looking away, pretending that it's good and fine, and it really isn't. And it's happening a lot more consistently, and we realize this, but we just want to act like that. I feel like a lot of people my age are like that. We're so fixated on the good times and trying to feel included and get ours, that I don't think people see that the fight and the holes that are being dug for us that's happening in the near future. And I'm not trying to be the guy to rain on your parade, but I mean, I can't be the only one that sees a lot of wild stuff that's happening, continuing to happening, and to upscale. That's all. Again, I'm not some scholar, not some scientist, not some brainiac that's here to tell you what you should do and what you shouldn't do. You can do whatever you want. But there's just some things out here that don't make sense or don't need to be. And I'm just kind of airing it out. That's all. Show is called Who Asked Deviant Dave because no one asked me. I'm just making it prevalent. But I'm going to let you guys go. Really enjoy this. Hope to see you guys next time. And remember, subscribe to all the channels. Support your boy. Go on FussAid and support me there. I accept donations too. Do it all. Outside of that, I love you, and I'll catch you next time.